Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Walden City. So yeah, this is going to be a great time. Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, HD, and this week we watched Twilight of the Warriors Walden featuring Sammo. This is a 2024 action wuxia kung fu film in Hong Kong. This film is it was incredible. The action, the story, the music, the shots, the setting, the production value, everything was just so incredible. I loved it. This is what I love in kung fu films. But I'm going on a tangent. Before I go on a whole tangent, before I love this film, I'll tell you why I love this film and more. Back at the house. Hey guys, and welcome back to an episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, HD, and this week we watched Twilight of the Warriors Walden. It is a Hong Kong wuxia, action, drama, kung fu film based on the book released, I believe, in the 90s. It was called City of Darkness. It was a Chinese manga, and I did some research on it, and it's actually pretty obscure, or at least maybe it's got a bit of a cult following, but I'd certainly never heard of it. And before I go on that, this film was also featuring Sammo. Now, he wasn't like a main character. He was in it quite a little bit, but he played Mr. Big, one of the triad bosses in the movie. He was one of the bad guys, not one of the main bad guys, but one of the bad guys. But this movie took place in what some would say the legendary Kowloon Walden City, and if you've never heard of it, you're with me, because I hadn't heard of it either before this film. And essentially what it was this dense, walled-in, super close-knit together city that was pretty much a slum. 50,000 people lived in there. It was pretty dangerous. It was literally, I don't even know how to describe it. Just look it up. It was insane. But eventually, in 1993, they tore it down, and obviously it's not there anymore. But if you look, there's some books you can find. Also, something that kind of sucks is the manga that this was based on is called City of Darkness, and that's what the Walden City was called. So obviously, if you look up City of Darkness, you're just gonna get some journalism books and picture books and all that. But just still on the Kowloon Walden City topic is that it was just the setting was so interesting, right? It was grimy and disgusting and claustrophobic, but it also was kind of beautiful in a way. Because 50,000 people lived in this city, right? And they made the most of what was a pretty shitty situation. And just the sets, the lighting, just the shots, everything about it was just interesting to look at. And the claustrophobia did not feel scary, right? It felt, I don't know. It's just, there was something about the setting that I really, really liked. And I just think mainly it was just I've never seen something like it before, right? I've never seen something like it, and it was just new. It was interesting. It was, I don't know. I just was really endeared by the setting and the location. Now that we're done with the Walden City, let's get into the action. How's the action? Now, I thought the action was great. I really liked the action. I mean, obviously being a Hong Kong wuxia kung fu film, I really really thought it was just very strong. Obviously, it wasn't as fantasy based. Like, they weren't like I mean, they were flying in the air, but they weren't like flying, like literally levitating in the air and fighting each other. Like, not like any that kind of stuff. Like, it was quite exaggerated, and it was like kind of, over the top, but it wasn't to the point where it still felt like grounded in a kung fu like film type of way, right? Like, the action scenes didn't feel like too much, and there was tons of them, so there was just so much to take in. Like, there was just so much content with the action, and all of it top tier. Loved it. And with that, I think I should get into another aspect of the film I really liked. I really liked the characters, the story. Now, this film, I think, had a lot of kung fu tropes in it, but it also did a few things differently. While I do feel like a lot of it resembled your average kung fu flick. Now, the glaring examples is the main character starts out, they get acquainted with, like, the master, right, or in this case, the boss. Was it Cyclone? Yeah, Cyclone. Cyclone, the boss, he gets familiar with him. He starts working in the Walden City. Starts doing this and that. Eventually, he gets hired by Cyclone. He works for him, and then bad things start to happen. They're trying to kill him because he's the son of a guy who killed one of the boss Cyclone's friends. He killed his family. So now they killed that guy, but they're trying to kill his heir. As like a blood debt, I suppose. But they reveal later on that Cyclone was actually like good friends with this guy, and if the guy said if Cyclone killed him, to take care of his child and his wife, to get them to safety. And that's what he does, but I like the entire time he kind of knows the main character is the son, he just doesn't say it. Or like, I feel like there's a certain point in the movie where he catches on. But then they're trying to kill him, and he gets his ass beat. He gets fucked up. His friends get fucked up. They're trying to, like, get him out of the city because, like, everybody's hunting him, like, all the triads, all the bad guys. And eventually, he, like, the final confrontation with the big bad guy of the film, who I will get into in a bit. They get a final confrontation, and like with every other kung fu movie, it's like a 20-minute fight scene. I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but, like, one thing about kung fu films, true kung fu films, is that the final fight lasts way too long. Like, they're super long, and they have so many fake outs, but that's kind of why I like them, too, because, like, you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. And another thing that I forgot to mention is that there's a lot of revenge, because obviously kung fu films, most of them, like 90% of them, revenge stories. All of them. Revenge this, revenge that. And there's, like, layers of revenge. So there's, like, obviously, there's, like, Cyclone has a sworn brother who wants to get revenge for the murder of his family on the main character, and then the main character wants to get revenge for Cyclone being murdered by the big bad, and then there's another guy who's friends with the main character who wants to also get revenge for the death of Cyclone. Like, there's layers upon layers of revenge in this story. So, yeah, there's that aspect to it as well. And overall, I just thought the story felt very close. It felt very cozy, in my opinion. And, I don't know. I just like the story. I like the story. No, I just really like the story. I like the characters. And, well, actually, while I'm still on this, talking about the characters, I did a little bit of research on the manga. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of skimmed through a few chapters. I looked through, and I saw that I didn't really recognize many of the characters from the book to the movie, thinking about it. The only character that I can think of that was carried over from the book was AV, who I haven't even gotten to. He's like this big, strong, like, muscle of the group pretty much, and he wears this, like, white, it's like a, kind of like a cast for his face, because he got, like, fucked up in a fight, so he wears, like, this mask to, like, protect his face. But in the book, he's like the same idea of the, like, the muscle of the group, but he's pretty different. He's like, he doesn't have like that thing. He has like a weird, smooth mask on. I don't know, it's hard to describe, but AV seems to be the only character that was carried over from the book. Again, If you're a fan, comment down below, tell me how wrong I am. I'd love to hear about all the similarities and differences because I love that kind of stuff. But another character that I really like to get into, that as I think another similarity with Kung Fu films, is the villain of the movie, who I didn't even expect to be the main villain of the movie. Like, he wasn't even really the main villain until the very last part of it, but, like, they planted seeds for him, like, becoming the big bad at the end. And I can't even remember his name, but he was like the lackey to Sammo Hung, right? He was like his right hand. But like, it seems like the entire movie he was planning on overthrowing Sammo Hung, becoming the leader of the gang, and then he eventually, at one point in the movie, he takes over the walled city. He takes over and he's like a tyrant. He's evil. He like laughs maniacally all the time. He's crazy. He wants to kill children just because. You know what I mean? Like, it's classic, like, super duper evil, like, super hateable Kung Fu villain that I love, because, like, I just think, like, you want to see him get taken down, right? He's despicable. He kills characters that you like. He hurts characters that you like. He's a dick. He's cocky. He's arrogant. He's full of himself. He thinks he's the greatest. And it's all the more satisfying when you see him get taken down by the heroes, right? That's the point of a villain, is to root against them and for the heroes, right? That's the point of a villain. And he does it in spades. He is despicable, and I love it. So hateable. And I don't know what else I can say, but just perfect classic Kung Fu villain. And honestly, this film just felt like a good old-fashioned Kung Fu film with a few modern, like, twists and a few modern, adjustments. And overall, I just think that this film was really good. And I haven't even gotten into the music. Like, it was really good. It felt like I was, like, watching, like, a fighting game. It was just so good. I don't know how to describe it. The music was just good. I really like the music. And I don't even know what else to say. I just feel like I'm going on a tangent here. But with all that being said, I would highly recommend this film. If you're a fan of Kung Fu, if you're a fan of the manga series, I know it's a little obscure, but if you're a fan of it, go out and watch it. And honestly, if you're just a fan of action films, I definitely think you could get a lot of enjoyment out of it. So, highly recommend it. And I think, I don't think I'm being too nice. I think I rated it an 8 out of 10. Very much liked it. Had a lot of fun. Would recommend it. And, yeah. I think I have something to say. I think I have something to peace. So, guys, hope you like this video. Share your friends. Subscribe. Turn notifications on. Comment down below how much you liked it. But you guys know, because I didn't really say that. I really meant to say. If you guys hated this video, unsubscribe, dislike, and tell me about me in the comments. And I've been Running Time HD. Off to fight a triad boss. Oh man, it probably should have been a Temple of Kung Fu. I didn't think of that, guys. Damn. I'm sorry, guys. I disappointed you. I'm sorry I let you down. I'm saying things.